we're both gonna find stuff I haven't seen in years. I'm Kendall with Rimfire Brake and Wheel Protectors. I've been in Northern Alberta as a heavy duty mechanic for 15 years or so, and this is my truck. ...2022 Ram 5500 with 11.5-foot Milron service body, Cobra 5500 crane, and VMAC PTO driven compressor. I went with Milron mostly because they were the only ones at the time that put an air tank cover in front of the air tank.
Quick heads up for everyone in Australia. Tech about Fortis HD and the Big Chooch are officially launched in Australia, and this is just the start. We know a lot of Australians have supported us through the years, and we haven't forgotten about you. If you want first dibs when everything drops, head over to bigchooch.com and sign up now. Random Australian Big Chooch orders will also receive exclusive, never before released merch. Also, a reminder to all North Americans, you can still pick up the Tech About Big Chooch on FortisHD.com. Australia, we'll see you soon. Now back to the video.
This is mostly all consumable grease, silicone, Loctite, pipe dope, dielectric grease. First drawer, screwdrivers. I do like these Matco ones because they got some fuzz on them, so they work really good. And it's just pretty simple, pretty basic. Some electrical repair stuff. Same as pretty much everybody. This is drill, bits, taps, dies, bolt extractors, filter strap wrench. These are the go-tos, especially in the winter, doing fuel filters. The main toolbox here. I am a Milwaukee guy. From day one, I take, on especially the 1/2-inch impact, I tape the battery to the body so that you never get a dead spot when you really need it. They do tend to last quite a bit, a little bit longer at least. It's organized super well. You just kind of shove it where she fits. I do have a box heater right here. It's pretty much just good for keeping gloves kind of warm. If you got time, you can throw your lunch in there. Give it about an hour if you're driving down the highway. We got ratchets and picks and stuff. I'm not brand specific, so there's Mac, Snap-on, Matco. It's pretty much wherever I see a tool truck at the time. Wrenches, same thing. These are actually pretty nice though, these Matco extended ratchet wrenches with a swivel. I really like these. So all standard wrenches here. Basically all the same in metric. Hammers, chisels, pry bars, random stuff. This will be 3/8 and 1/4-inch sockets for the most part. Once again, these Matco swivel sockets are like a CV joint, and they're pretty well indestructible. I'm a really big fan of these. 1/2-inch drive sockets and some Allen wrenches. And this is mostly just pliers and random air fittings and parts. These are the Knipex. These fuckers work for everything. Pretty standard issue. Rimfire brake and wheel protectors. This was the original test truck for this product to keep the mud and everything. I was tired of seized brake calipers, wearing through brakes, wheels out of balance. So I did actually just cut some tin with a cutting torch for the original. And now we've kind of come to this. This is like still a prototype version. I've been running for 4 years now. All of our newer stuff is much more, it's a cleaner, better design. But these ones have been holding up, so I'm not changing them. Literally as dirty as my wheels get. This is all O-rings. There's a fuse box here. I got the Cat Deutsch connector kit there. There's a heat gun hiding up in here. Caliper, just a cheap, the dial caliper. Battery stuff doesn't like the winter or the cold or bouncing in the truck too much, so I stay to old school. Here, just a bunch of pry bars, some filter wrenches for Hitachis. And this Mueller wrench extender and big wrenches. Got everything up to 2-inch in here, extra pry bars. This door got a 3,000 watt inverter, so that runs these battery chargers, Milwaukee supercharger, crane controller, Crane Master there. I run Mac 1" and 3/4 impacts, and just random slings and straps and cords. Well, these Outriggers normally extend. Being winter, they're sea solid, so they just stay where they are. I did build these handles to make them nice and spin. I used an old cutting edge for this rear step here, because these ones here are really easy to miss, especially climbing in and out. This thing works really good for parallel parking. This vise cover, designed it myself as well. It is due for a new bucket here, but keeps the elements away. You just peel this little rag off and she spins like nothing. It's like a 6" This has been with me since the very first truck I had in 2012, and I've had the same vise ever since. But this thing, mostly a lot of junk. Soft face sledgehammers here. I was on a job actually in Fort McMurray, and we couldn't have normal sledgehammers, so we were required to buy those. Blowgun, lots of come-alongs, and a bunch of other junk. This one is welding supplies mostly. Grinders. This is a nitrogen charge kit. That cost me $2,000 for a 10-minute job, so that was a good day's wage there. Only use the Arctec 223. These rods, they can make any welder look like a good welder, and they stick really well. So that's all we carry in the truck here. Torch. Stinger here. I do have new ends to go on next time it's needed, probably. Booster cables, same kind of thing. They some of them are missing ends, but that'll get fixed next time they're needed. Porta power hose, extension cord. I run, for track press or any of these little cylinders, I just run this little air hydraulic pump. That is good enough for the amount that I use it for. Air arc, got that. This is pretty handy to carry. This is a little ATV jack, screw type scissor jack. This is really good for doing like bottom rollers on a hoe or something, or a dozer. This one is a lot of consumables. I got coolant testers and stuff up there, a hole saw, some extra drill bits and stuff. These drill bits are like bang for their buck. I think they're like 150 bucks, and they're nice, they're small, they're easy. So under here's all bolt bins. Previous truck of mine, I had the actual bolt bin holder, but just the way this one's set up, that didn't fit. So they're just kind of sitting in there. And then this is just like fittings and random stuff that a guy might need during the day. This one is mostly caps and plugs. This is just more fittings and stuff. A couple engine turning tools. Battery cable crimper. I do have the big battery cable crimper there, but sometimes this hammer style one is needed. This up here, I got front end kits, snap ring kits, some pullers, cotter pins, hair pins, extra fuel caps. We go through a lot of fuel caps around here. Tap and die. I don't even remember what's in that one anymore. Junk. This is the sacrifice drawer, I guess. I bought this and I never needed it, but this is a fancy 5/8. This was a brake bleeder wrench that I needed to fix. I think it was a Heister Packer once, many moons ago. But if I need to cut a wrench, I'll go through this drawer first. More just random parts, probably never need. They could probably come out, but they're there. Hydraulic test hoses and gauges. Transducer if I need to pull vacuum on something, just to change a hose. A filter cutter. And then big socket drawer down here. This torch drawer, 2 oxygen, 1 acetylene, some cables. Slide sledge here, that comes in handy if you need a little extra oomph. I had this big weight made to go, and it'll spin on the top of there. Pickle fork if you have to split something, or 4-to-1 torque multiplier in there. It's not very often that I've had to use it, but it is there when we need it. This is just Milwaukee pack out. Like, this is all the, like, the comm adapter stuff. Nothing in that one really, but cat comm adapter here. I got the John Deere JDL and an Exik, so I can pretty much talk to anything that we work on. Laptop stays in there, so it's usually pretty warm. This is actually a thermal camera. Spent a lot of money on this, but I've never really had a good reason to use it, but I do got it. Just keep this little Milwaukee screw for doing stuff in the cab or whatever.